everybody, welcome to the Gutzy Show with Coach Rachel. This is July and this month's topic is about sugars. Sugars exposed. The truth about hidden sugars and the impact on your gut health. Now, I'm so glad you're here with me. Thank you for your time. If you are here with me as a live, put that number 1 in the comments. And if you're here watching the replay, put that number 2 in there. And if you're having that happy day, please let me know and put that smiley face emoji in there. I really like seeing those when you do that. So if you're having a happy day or you're just happy to be here, put that smiley face for me. Again, hello everybody who's coming on. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm really grateful for your time. And we're going to talk about hidden sugars tonight. So for those of you who are just meeting me for the very first time, my name is Coach Rachel. I am CEO and owner of Florida Guts. And what I do is I help women 40 plus conquer their abdominal bloat so they feel fabulous and confident and slim in their skin without feeling deprived of their favorite foods. Now, as a gut health coach, you can find my story on this page here, Florida Guts Coaching. So if this is your first time seeing me and you're curious about how I got to where I am today doing these Gutzy shows and want to know a little bit about my background or my education and my story, you can find that on the premiere Gutzy show, which was back in March. There is a playlist of all the Gutzy shows on this page. So yes, as a GI nurse for many years of my nursing career, I just love being a gut health coach now in this part of my nursing career. So again, welcome. And I would like you to stay to the end because I have something exciting to tell you. You will have the chance to enter to win a free VIP coaching session with me on a health topic or a challenge or a goal that you're really working on and you feel kind of stuck. Well, stay to the end because you're going to hear about that and the details around that. Okay, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. Hello everyone again as they're coming along. I'm so glad you're here. And the topic tonight, sugars exposed, the truth about hidden sugars and your gut health. Now, first let's talk about where sugar hides. And I'd like to break this to give you like a simple term because it's used interchangeably. Sugar is a type of carbohydrate. So when you hear carbohydrate, I want you to think sugar. When you hear the word sugar, I want you to think carbohydrate. And those are often used interchangeably, and I will use them as well. So sugar / carbs, all right? And sugar, carbohydrates, sugars, most often hide in processed foods. You're looking at the food label on the front and it may appear healthy, but you flip it over and you look at it, and I'm going to teach you some ways to quickly identify if there is hidden sugar in that food and what it means. All right, so let's get started. Now, the first one is the word syrup. Syrup. If syrup is in the ingredient list somewhere, it is sugar. So think high fructose corn syrup. That's kind of a giveaway. There's a lot of talk about that. But maple syrup, agave syrup, and molasses and honey fall into this category as well. The second thing I want you to look for is juice concentrate. Think high juice fructose concentrate and the fruit juice aisle at the grocery store, or even in the frozen section where they have frozen fruits and there's high fructose corn syrup in there and juice concentrate in there. Now the third one is any word that ends in ose, O-S-E, and that's a sugar. It could be fructose, could be dextrose, could be glucose, could be allulose, could be sucrose. You get the point. Ose. So those are like a quick way to identify. Now let's just talk about plain old sugar. Sugar is pretty easy to identify, but manufacturers marketing gimmicks here. So we buy their product. We want to keep buying it, right? Try to make it look healthy for us. And they might put organic cane sugar in there. Sugar in the raw. Brown sugar. What about coconut sugar? You know, there's a lot of beef around coconut sugar now, or even grape sugar. So basically, I just want to tell you, sugar is sugar no matter how they label it. It's all going to have the same effect on your gut health, no matter if it's organic or just plain old regular sugar. So there you go. So those are the things: syrup, juice concentrate, words ending in os, and sugar no matter what state that it's in. Now, I'd like to do a little bit of a gutsy fun fact here. I like to do gutsy fun facts because it's just fun. Anyway, this is going to pay attention. Listen closely, because this little part's going to be in the end to enter to win a free VIP coaching session. So the other day on a live, I talked about high sugar fruits and low sugar fruits, and I included bananas on the two different lists. So the yellow ripe banana has a higher sugar content than the green unripe banana. So hey, that's a little simple way you can start cutting back on your sugar if you're a banana eater, is buy them not quite so ripe. Maybe when they're still a little bit green. So remember that little gutsy fun fact for the end, okay? For a chance to win. And now let's go on to the impact of all the sugar overload in your gut. First off, it causes havoc in the GI system. Now, this is when we eat sugar consistently. You know, in today's American diet, there's lots and lots of sugar in our food, and I just showed you examples of how it's hidden in there and the words that you can catch it with. So it just causes havoc, and it also causes a heaviness in your gut, and causes swelling in your gut. So that would mean bloating and gas, and sometimes that gas can be kind of stinky. That's always embarrassing. Diarrhea, and then even the sugar affects your liver. Liver is part of digestion, so it can impact that as well. And the reason it does this, you hear me talk a lot about this on my other lives, is the gut microbiome. The gut is made up of good bacteria and bad bacteria. It's exactly what it's called. And the ratio that a healthy or a well gut has in it, that's what you want, a well gut, because then you're not going to have the bloating and the gas and the diarrhea or inability to lose weight or low energy. So the ratio you want is higher good and the bad bacteria be lower. All right. But bad bacteria love sugar. Love it. They like to have a party in it. They invite all their friends. So just imagine this. I like to use this example. It's in your gut. The bad bacteria is just having a party. They've invited all their friends invited friends, and pretty soon the good bacteria are being crowded out. And that bad bacteria is what's causing all those symptoms I just talked about. So, but when you get your gut well and you start limiting your sugar intake, the good bacteria will rise again, and the bad bacteria will even back out, go back down. And you won't have those, or you will at least diminish them, and you'll feel so much better. And I can't stress this enough. Having a well gut, I have a little tagline saying, get your gut well. That is really my mission of being a gut health coach nurse here, and coaching women to conquer their abdominal bloat and spreading the word about this, because having a well gut is the key to optimal health, because your gut just affects so many other things of your health. It boosts your immunity, it increases your mood, and the list just goes on. And I can talk about that more if you're interested in a coaching session. Maybe you win the coaching session. Now, let me give you some tips though on how you can start limiting your sugar intake and I do recommend that you start doing that. So number one is simply do a food diary, like 3 days. It doesn't have to be extensive. But the important part is you have to be really honest. Eat normally, eat everything you would normally in a day, and drink, and write it down. And then after those 3 days, tally up each day, and you can, of course, Google, or there's these nutrition apps that you can download on your mobile device to plug in a food. It's full of data, gives you the breakdown, not only carbohydrates and sugars, but protein and fats and calories. Even if you don't want to use those apps for weight loss or to track any of your other nutrients, it's a really good way. If you're out at the store, anywhere, you plug in this food, and there's so much data in those databases, you'll get a good picture, and it'll help you make a wiser decision. I do this myself. It helps me decide, is this really worth eating? Or what's in here? How much do I want to eat of this? Because my goal, my gut is well, and that's the reason I'm doing this, and I have a passion for teaching other women how to do this, because I was sick for many years with bloating and gas and just terrible gut issues, and I don't want women to suffer for as many years like I did. All right, so that's the first tip. Tip number 2 is to become a food label reader. That's very important, actually. And I actually have a whole session, and sometimes 2 sessions dedicated to this in my 12-week one-to-one coaching sessions, where I take the clients' favorite foods or common foods that they eat, and we break it down for them. And all the different nutrients, but mainly it's the sugar I'm looking at, because I'll give you a little hint. It's not fat that's making people fat. It's the sugar in the foods that are making people fat or overweight, okay? So it really is the sugar. So we take that sugar, and they're normally just kind of like shocked, like, oh my goodness, I don't even like that many sweets. I don't eat cakes and cookies, but here I am, I'm eating all this sugar. I didn't even know it. So it's really a game changer for them. And then what we do is we come up with an alternative that we can agree on that they can substitute for that higher sugar item. So a little healthier item than what they're originally eating. And it is just a game changer. Their whole shopping experience changes that way. So it's pretty exciting. I like doing that for them and having them just watch and go, oh, very good. So the other part is just avoid processed foods, or start replacing your processed foods with more whole foods. You have 1, 2, or even 3 ingredient foods. And then you can see the sugar breakdown. Now, the thing here is when you cook at home, you're more in control of the amount of sugars and what you put in your foods. But say you're reading a food label, all right? And let's say there's like 10, 12, 15 items in it, and the ingredient list. And you see one of those words in there, syrup, juice concentrate, or O's, or sugar, like 1, 2, or 3, or 4. That means that product is made up of a pretty decent amount of sugar. So the closer the word is to the very first word, the more sugar in it, because it goes in order of high to low of the ingredients. So, if it's at number, say it has 15, if it's at number 14, that item doesn't have much sugar in it. So that's a quick little tool to use too when you're reading ingredient list as well. All righty. And then the other thing is to just make small changes, increments, small changes. I have a little saying, small hinges swing big doors. And what I mean by that is the clients in my program have 1, 2, or 3 at the most action steps every week. And then they work on those. And what happens is these are easy. They become who they are. They're sustainable, and they're not overwhelmed, because when we have big drastic changes, we just go gung-ho, full speed ahead, and then you get overwhelmed. Yeah, you just get overwhelmed, and guess what happens when you get overwhelmed? Throw in the towel. You just want to give up, because it's just too hard. So over the 12 weeks, we just build on those action steps, and it's very nice. It's not an overwhelm program. All righty. Well, the next thing I want to talk about is all the Gutzy fun fact again, because we covered a lot of information here. Now, a chance to enter to win the free VIP coaching session, if you would like that, which it's pretty exciting and it's fun to do, and it can just help you explore, or I have all sorts of tools in my tool bag to share with you. Tell me in the comments, which banana has the lower amount of sugar in it? Was it the green unripe banana, or is it the yellow ripe banana? Which one has the lower sugar amount in it? Now, you put your answer in the comments there for me. And again, too, if you're here with me live, put that number 1. If you're watching the replay, put that number 2. And don't forget about your smiley face emoji if you're having a happy day. And what I'm going to do as the days go on and people are watching this show on Sunday, July 9, I'm going to randomly pick a winner. All right. And so Sunday evening, July 9, the winner will be announced. So you can't win if you don't play. So put it in the comments. And again, it's just a really little good tip on ways to cut down on your sugar intake. So I want to go back a little bit to the tips and the recommended amount to get your gut well, which again, having your gut well leads to optimal health, diminishes those symptoms I talked about, plus your brain fog will go away, depression, skin flare-ups, all those things are symptoms of increased sugar overload and your gut bacteria being out of whack, okay? And so 50 to 100 grams per day. So when you see a label or you're Googling up, a food item that you'd like to eat, or if you can't see it, in your hand here, then just keep a tally. So you're aiming for 50 to 100 grams per day. So now say you're at, and apply those small incremental changes. So after your 3 days, you honestly have put what you've eaten and drinking all those days, and say you're like at 200. Now don't be shocked, you might be, because it happens, okay? It's okay, because you don't know what you don't know, but now you know. Anyway, start making little small changes. Maybe go down to 150 and do that for a week or so. And then, down more. Now, but say you tally up and your gut is still feeling that way, but say you're at 75 or 80. Your gut, it's unique. It's not cookie cutter for everybody, so it's unique. Your gut may need a little bit less. It may need 60. You can try that and see how those symptoms feel to you. For me, I'll just tell you, my gut is really happy anywhere between 25 and 50. When I start consistently getting over that 50 for several days in a row, I'm on vacation or something, that's when I can feel that bacteria, that bad bacteria having a party in there. And I have all sorts of symptoms. So then I just course correct, and cut back on the sugars. And it starts to feel all better, like now. All righty. Well, if you have questions for me, please put them in the comments, or you're more than welcome to direct message me privately. I also have a website that has a chat on it. It's at www.flordaguts.com. You can reach me that way. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up for me and share it, because I really am passionate about spreading this word across the globe and helping women conquer their abdominal bloat and just getting their gut well. I really do have a passion for it, and you sharing would surely help spread the word. If you have a topic that you would like for me to discuss on a future Gutzy show, put it in the comments again, or you can direct message me. I'm happy to do that, or have a chat about it. I do also offer free discovery calls for my coaching program. So if you're ready or you're curious and you want to learn more about the coaching program, or maybe you're ready to transform your gut, get it well, conquer your bloat, slim your waistline, and feel absolutely fabulous, let me know, and we can have a free discovery call as well. So Alrighty, well, that's about all I have for this show. Stay tuned for next month. It's always the first Thursday of every month, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here. And I will do it again. All right, well, if you're here with me live, put that number 1, replay number 2, and don't forget that smiley face. Thank you so much for your time, and you have a wonderful rest of your day.